In this video, we'll discuss calorimetry and how to solve calorimetry problems. Calorimetry is the measurement of heat transferred in a chemical reaction. A calorimeter is a piece of equipment that we use to measure that heat transfer. And this diagram shows a simple calorimeter. You have a chamber with water that has an inner chamber where a chemical reaction would occur. That chemical reaction in most cases is food. So companies use calorimeters to determine how much calorie is in food. So you take that food, you burn it in the chamber, it releases energy. That energy is transferred to the water. So when the food burns, that's an exothermic reaction. Heat leaves that system or leaves that chemical and is transferred to the water. The water absorbs it, so that's endothermic. So the food burns it, that's exothermic, and it releases heat. The water absorbs it, that's endothermic. The water changes temperature, and we measure that temperature to determine how much heat was released in that chemical reaction. We need the specific heat of the water to do that. So the specific heat of water is 4.18 joules per gram Kelvin. And the specific heat is different for every material. And so that is just simply the amount of energy needed to increase the temperature of 1 gram by a degree. Once we know the specific heat, we know the change in temperature, we know the mass, then we can calculate the heat that was released. And so heat is going to be either calories or joules, mass is grams, change in temperature is Celsius or Kelvin, and then our specific heat, we have a variety of different units. And from time to time, we will need to convert between calories and joules. So the conversion factor is 1 calorie for every 4.184 joules. An example of this is if you want to convert 50 joules to calories, you use that conversion factor. So 50 joules divided by 4.184 joules gives you 11.950 calories. But if you want to convert from kilocalories to megajoules, then 200 kilocalories, you've got to convert from kilocalories to calories, then from calories to joules, and then from joules to megajoules, and you use dimensional analysis and cancel your units along the way. Now to solve an actual calorimetry problem, we need to look at the problem and then identify what's given, what's unknown, and then solve the equation. So the energy, calculate the energy required to heat 604 grams from 17.6 degrees Celsius to 27.4 degrees Celsius, and then we use the specific heat, which is 1.85 joules grams Kelvin. So what's given? We have our mass. Our temperature needs to be converted to Kelvin. And then we have our specific heat. Our unknown is Q. Our equation is Q equals MC change in T. We substitute the numbers and then we multiply. That gives us 10,950 joules. We're going to convert that to 11 kilojoules because of our number of sig figs. Since we use 9.8 Kelvin, that's 2 sig figs, so we would need to round that, and the way to do that is to convert to kilojoules.